wanted to have a deaf mentor because the kids, you know, they're old enough now that I could actually focus on ASL. You know, there's been multiple instances where I've tried to pick it up and kind of dropped it and picked it up and dropped it because we've got pretty busy schedules and I work full time. But we started with some videos and they showed interest, and this program came along, which was perfect because Span told me that the deaf mentor would be able to come consistently into the home and work with us, the entire family, and so it's pretty much as ideal as you can have it. And so it's been good. You know, it's kept us on task. The kids really enjoy seeing Jeff every week and ask about him, and you know, keep in mind like what words they want to ask him the next time that he comes. So it's been a really good experience.
The reason why I wanted to become a deaf mentor is because I work with, you know, I've worked with so many with deaf kids for so many years, and for adults as well. And all the different disabilities, there's multiple different disabilities. I work in a school, and then all along I've heard that there was this job opening. So I wanted to be able to have hearing parents, to be able to know how to sign, so I would be able to teach it, because I'm a parent as well. And so it's a big exposure on me as well, signing and to be able to progress. So rather than to have parents being awkward to teach the kids sign, it's very important to have that communication. So, well, my experience with this program, it's been, wow, I've really inspired to see the parents, how they're able to sign and communicate with the kids. But there are some difficulties in the beginning, and so then we progress. But then I work with other families as well, and there's a big difference between different individuals, and it's a challenge, and it makes me learn as to what are the different methods that I would have to use in order to teach the different people and the different families and the kids as well.
There's a lot of instances where I can use it, and I find that the more consistently we've been working with Jeff, the more confidence I have to use it, because part of the battle is not knowing not only vocabulary, but also kind of how to form and structure the sentences. So it's helped bolster my confidence in using it at home more often, and it's enabled us to use it a lot more than I used to when I tried to learn it by myself. So I think that, you know, it's an opportunity that's available that didn't used to be available, and so there's no reason not to, because the deaf mentors, from what I hear from other families and our experience as well, is that they really want to work with the families, make sure that the kids, especially the ones that are deaf, learn sign language. And I would definitely encourage other families to sign up for the program.
I learned a lot from the families, the way that they communicate, and it gives me a different perspective. It's different from my experience growing up. And so, because my parents had already knew how to sign from when I was very little, and so some parents haven't learned until the kids are a little bit older, and so then my being able to teach them allows me to understand different strategies, different ways with the families. We're not all the same, as my experience, but I'm glad that the deaf kids are looking up to their parents and are able then to communicate. But from my previous information and during this time, it requires a lot of patience, and you have to be able to go with the flow, as well as to see, so suppose something happens to the family and you have to just follow what's going on. And so follow the lessons. Don't keep just thinking of just about the lessons. Think about what's going on in the family. And it works better that way when you are able to follow what exactly the family is going through. Sometimes the kids are disruptive, and depending on the age, not just be concentrating just on, I have to finish this lesson.
I think, if this had been available when the kids were younger, that would have been, it would have been a really good thing, and I would hope that there are other families that kind of take advantage of this before their kids are older like mine. And if this is like a program that, continues to teach families by the time that the kids are as old as mine are, you could have like a whole lot of language already and built in to your everyday routine. So it's kind of a regret that we started so late. I hope that it continues and that it gets a lot of support and a lot of families to join. And thank you.